my story time. I'm gonna tell you a story about my first time. Um, my first time um, in the gay world. I'm gonna say this: um, the gay world is a world in itself, and it's a very small world. It's a small, small world. My first time, I was nervous. I was scared. I was all of the emotions put together. Um, the first time that I did it was with someone who I didn't know, never met, never seen, never heard of. Mind you, I'm 18. Um, I was 18 years old before I did and ventured off into anything sexually. So, sexual wise, that wasn't even a thought. I was a church Christian walking in faith. I was going to church Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then on back on church on Thursday for youth group. So we lived a very strict childhood. Well, not strict to the point where we didn't get to do anything or get away with anything. We did, but we, I myself, as a child, walked a very thin line between good and bad. So I would act out, but I wouldn't act on things such as sex or robbing someone or, just doing childlike things. And I'm not saying robbing someone is childlike, but I'm just saying I wouldn't act on certain things that you would say a teenager or a horny teenager who's 16 would. I was dealing with depression, anxiety at 16 years old. So when I finally got to 18, I was still kind of in my shell. I was still shy. I was still just not. I just was still not all the way fully bloomed. If you get my drift, I wasn't all the way fully bloomed. But I will say at that time, I give myself the benefit of the doubt. Hold on, story time. Hold on. Let me light this blunt. Okay. So my first time was through my friend, through a friend of mine that I used to hang like real heavy with. When I first came out, I was 18. I was nervous. I was shy. I was still questioning my sexuality at that point. So, having a friend who was openly gay just like me, who but was still, sort of coming out of their shell as well, was golden to have at that time. And the my friend at that time knew gay people. I didn't know. I didn't have any other friends. I didn't know any gay people, that were out there in the world like me. I just thought, you know, I was the only gay person. And wrong. So, he actually he asked me one day. He was like, "You still a virgin?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still a virgin. Of course, I'm still a virgin. What, I'm just turned 18. Why wouldn't I be, a virgin?" So, um, he says we start talking about sex, and he started talking about how he has had sex already, and I didn't have sex. I'm intrigued, so I wanted details. I wanted to know, how did it feel. To me, I thought it was going to be sparks flying and butterflies coming out and shit like that. It far from it, but he started going on and telling me about how it felt good. It felt amazing to him, and everybody, the whole just slips out. Just slip right out. Little taste tester that I wanted to try. So he showed me a dude that he was very cool with. They were friends, and the dude, I thought he was okay at that time, mind you. Again, I'm new to the whole thing, so okay at that time would be all right. Okay. It wouldn't be the all to end all, and if I could take it back, I would. Hold on, 1 second. Pause that story time. I gotta light this blunt again. Okay, so back to the story. So we were talking about it, or whatever the case may be. I see the dude picture. I'm like, okay, he all right. I mean, to me, myself, I never considered myself to be the shit or conceited or anything of that nature. So I wasn't a shallow person. So, I mean, he was all right for the first time, I guess. I thought at that time. So we one weekend, me and him, my friend, are just chilling, and he said the dude wanted to talk to me, or wanted to, see what's up. So I'm like, okay, I seen a picture, whatever. Let me see what's up with him, shit. So we go over to see the dude. I got invited to see the dude. And he comes with me, and we go into this house, and it's this older guy sitting over on the couch, and he's just sitting there, and he licks his lips as soon as I walk in. I said, okay, I'm thinking this is his dad or something, but the licking the lips things kind of threw me off. So I'm like, okay, damn, this L keep going. Oh, y'all gotta forgive me, please. Anyways, okay, let's it'll take too long to tell the story. But anyways, he goes. The dude is just sitting there. Now, the dude who I supposedly was supposed to hook up or liked at that time, when he liked me, whatever the case may be, he was sitting on the couch. So I sit right next to him. My friend sitting next to me. So we just talking, we chilling. The older dude goes in there and pours a bottle of Hennessy. Now I'm thinking that, okay, what the fuck? This older dude is still here, and he's just sitting here with us, and he knows that we're gay. And, oh, wait, I'm putting two and two together. I'm like, okay, I'm not doing anything with this older dude, and this must be for my friend. That's what I'm thinking. Mind you, I'm new to this shit, so I don't know. So after a while of drinking, a few drinks and talking and shit, we go upstairs, or he taps me and we go upstairs. Now the tap was just like a tap on my thigh and a little shrug to go upstairs. So I said, okay, this must be it. It must be time. So I'm like, okay, let's go. Boom. We get upstairs or whatever. He's standing on a chair. He's standing on a chair. He goes in the room, stands on a chair. And I'm 6'2". When I finally meet the dude, he like, what, 5'8", 5'7"? No, he's short. He's shorter than me. So he stands on a chair, and I guess he's expecting me to do so. I said, oh, I don't know how to do that. I guess he wanted me to, whatever. I said, no, I don't know how to do that. Mind you, I don't do that. But, yeah, I told him, no, I ain't doing that. I said, you're going to have to just, can't you get it hard just by looking at me? So I'm thinking he's getting himself hard by looking at me. Mind you, the older dude comes in. I'm like, hold on, I'm not doing no threesomes on my first time. That's not happening. And I was thinking that the older dude was for my friend. Naive. The older dude the whole time was there to have a threesome with me, and that's what they thought that was going to happen. I said, no, that's not going to happen. So the older dude left out. He went downstairs to talk to the dude I came there to talk to. So the younger dude comes back up, and he said he pulled out the thing, and it was hard. He put a condom on, and at first I was like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to do this." I said, "No, it's really happening. No, I can't do it." But as the alcohol hit, I went through with it, and it wasn't. It didn't. I was expecting it to be painful. It wasn't painful. I was expecting it to be. It was between pain and pleasure, but I kept thinking while I was doing it is, am I really sitting here doing this? That's what I think. Am I really sitting here doing this? So, long story short, we get finished. Mind you, this is my first time doing it, and it was no shit or nothing. Nothing. There's never been an incident where Picasso painted on anybody, okay? There was never that instance. Never. But he was just, I only did it with him once, and now I think he's a tranny or something, or a robot, whatever the fuck, he wants to be. But I kind of regret it at this point. Knowing what I know now, if I would have knew what I knew back then, what I know now, I would have never done that. But you live and you learn, and life goes on, and you move along with it. And now that I see that he's turned out to be a tranny or a transsexual or whatever he's trying to be, I myself has taken initiative to always be cordial to people, even if they don't like me or I don't like them. I always manage to be cordial. So when I see them, I do say hi, hey, what's up, how's it going? Oh, okay, yeah. But other than that, my first time was all right. It wasn't horrific. It wasn't good. But it wasn't bad. It was like in between. If I could pick like a scale from 1 to 10 for my first time having sex, it would be like a 5, 4 or 5. Given the benefit of the doubt. But that's my first time. So this is my first time telling you about my first time. I'm glad you were here to enjoy it, and I thank you.